tax codes. They're not exactly a conversation starter, are they? Well, as boring as they might seem, understanding your tax code is crucial. Got a new job? You need your tax code. Setting up a pension? Better have your tax code. Want to make sure you're paying the right amount of tax? You guessed it, you need your tax code. So, in today's video, we'll lay out everything that you need to know about these mystery numbers. And I promise it's going to be more interesting than you think. So, the first question you're probably asking is, what on earth is a tax code in the first place? Well, simply put, it's a series of numbers and letters that tell your employer or pension provider how much tax to take from your pay. Now, getting it right means you won't overpay or underpay your taxes. Now, most people's tax code is 1257L. The numbers represent your tax-free allowance. So in this case, it's £12,570. And the letter L means you're entitled to the standard personal allowance. However, in some situations, you may have other letters on your tax code. For instance, an M means you have received a transfer of 10% of your partner's personal allowance. An S means that you're taxed at Scottish rates. And a K shows you've untaxed income that's more than your personal allowance. Luckily, finding your tax code is pretty simple. You can find it on either your pay slip, your P45 or P60 forms, a letter from HMRC, or your personal tax account online. And if you're ever in any doubt, you can always contact HMRC directly. So, what should you do if your tax code appears incorrect? Well, it's always good to double check your details. If they're wrong, then contact HMRC either through their website or on the phone. Be ready to explain why you think your code is wrong and keep any relevant documents to hand to make the whole process that little bit smoother. Because, let's face it, no one wants to talk to the government about tax codes for longer than they have to. Plus, fixing the problem as quickly as possible will ensure that you don't end up overpaying or underpaying your tax. The final thing that we need to cover is when and why your tax code might change. Now, this is completely normal, and your code could change for several reasons. For instance, you might be starting a new job. You might get an additional job or pension. There may be changes in your benefits or allowances. You could also be claiming expenses that you get tax relief on. Ultimately, understanding your tax code may not be the most exciting topic of conversation, but it's a crucial part of managing your personal finances. By understanding your tax code, you'll put yourself in the driver's seat and make sure that you always pay the right amount of tax and avoid any nasty surprises down the line.